Hi, my name's Dave Dahlberg from Clearbrook, Minnesota, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about our hoof trimming chute. We developed this about 12 years ago because we saw there was a need for a way to get the feet up within reason, and there was a lot of foot problems that were entering the dairy industry especially. We have a self-catching headgate, and when an animal walks into it, they're caught, and then it will open up, and you can let your animal walk right through, and it'll reset itself back where it previously was. I had a guy at World Dairy Expo stop by the booth last time, and he said, "Hey Dave, I just want you to know we pregnancy checked 25 heifers in 30 minutes this morning in your chute." So it actually should be called something different than a hoof trimming chute. It probably should be called an intensive care unit because there's so much doctoring that you can do in here. For example, right here you have a slide out tube with a hook on it that if you need to do an IV, you've got a way of holding your IV bag. It'll fit on either side. Everything on this thing is left and right handed, so you can do it from both sides. Okay, when your cow is entered here, oftentimes they hesitate to take that final step and click the headgate shut tight on them. So this will guarantee that they get into the headgate. This is going to come right around behind the back of their butt and push them right. You're going to need to have that cow tight up into the headgate anyhow because you want the cow to be contained in there tight when you're lifting up the back feet, or the front feet for that matter. You want to have your cow cupped in there good and tight so you get the chain, you get the butt chain in and get it tight. The next thing is you'll see we have a huge belly belt, and that belly belt is used to get the front end of the cow up in the air, or at least lift that cow enough so the feet are just barely touching the floor, and you're pretty much carrying 98% of your weight on that belly belt. These side doors have easy latches, just a hard rubber latch, very, very unique how this works, and it'll just snap and hook itself up above. Now you can have room to get in here and work, get your belt hooked onto your winch, and lift your cow up. Both these sides will flip up and catch, and they have one simple little pin to take out, and now this is removable, and you have the whole side removed for doing a DA or doctoring that you need to do on the top half. The winches in the front work like the winches in the back, and by the way, our winches are all Shelby winches, and they are brake winches, so they only will work in one direction. They ratchet one way, and they will not, if a cow kicks or whatever, the winch will not back off on you and come around and slap you in the wrist. You need to back the winch off in order to get it to work. Grease zerks on every moving part throughout the machine, full of grease zerks. This is some of the strongest marine rope that you can find in the U.S., and it is a good long-lasting rope. To get a cow's leg lifted in the back, you take the cuff and just loop it around the back of the ankle and bring it up. When the winch reaches the bar to this point, it locks, and now all the pressure is coming on lifting this back leg. and it'll lift it. Now you have that back leg secure right here. So it's real accessible to get at the foot for doing your grinding and cutting and digging, whatever you need to do. This tube is telescoping, so it would slide out to here, and you've got more holes inside here to repin it, or you can slide it in and use these holes to pin it in here. Most everyone uses this center pin and leaves it right here because this is right center and the feet come right up to a very good spot to be working at either right or left foot. Our winches are all brake winches, so they only will go in one direction with a ratchet, and if a cow kicks, the handle does not come back around and catch you in the wrist. Around the front leg here and ratchet it up. You might have to just help that leg a little bit to make sure it gets into the V, and it'll be up here now, and there'll be your foot sitting with the toes here. In order to keep these from moving and wiggling, we have added a platform which comes right around under the foot and hook up, hook it on the back, and you have a very solid position to be putting pressure on there. You can cut, grind, dig out, whatever you need to do at this point. Now we did make this removable, so if you did need to put on a block or you had to put on a wrap, you would have room to do that. You can move this winch way out to get it out of your way if you have to do some serious doctoring up on the front of your animal. If need be, you can also pick this up and slide it way to the inside and have it out of the way for walking past. The back winch also has a lift on it if you would like, and then you can lift it up and put it in a lock position going up. There it locks up. When you're getting your cow ready to do a front foot, we used to recommend the X pattern, where you'd lift up the right back foot if you were going to do the left front, and vice versa on the right front foot. However, we have found that if you just lift one back foot, your front foot experience will be so much better. The floor is molded diamond plate with traction bars on the side to help contain the feet and keep things steady. With this full floor and the cow standing on it, it's very solid. This is just a heavy built chute the way it is, with a very, very heavy, well-made headgate. It's our same headgate that we use over and over for everything. Our squeeze chute, portable, circular mat pen, just sell a headgate. We've got that same headgate. It's worked so well. We just keep using it over and over on everything that we do. The front winch here has different positions that you can telescope the winch in and out. If you have a cow that has a longer front leg and you need to have it back a little bit more to get the foot resting in there, you can telescope these in and out to find which is the best fit for your cows. The headgate has settings on it like our squeeze chute and our portable system, where that you have your pins that you can take out here, and you can adjust this headgate in and out. and put the pin in the hole that you find is the right width that you need it at. Also, there is the tweaking nut in the back that will allow your headgate to open up a little bit more or close it down. You can lock it in the position that you want it right there. My suggestion would be that you put this hoof trimming chute in a position in your barn where it's very accessible. Like I said, it's really an intensive care unit. It's a total doctoring unit. I've got people that report every time I talk to them at shows and so on that we've got many of these out in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, North and South Dakota, Montana, into Canada. We've just literally flooded the market in some areas. And I have them tell me, oh yeah, I use this every day. I'm running dry cows through. I'm running my cows through after they've just freshened. I've got a cut that I need to get a cow sewed up. I needed to give I needed to do a DA. I needed to do an IV. I needed to give a shot. I needed to pull a calf. I wanted a pregnancy check. We did our AIing. I just keep hearing all kinds of stories over and over about all the different ways that our chute is being used. You've got to remember, if it doesn't say real tough, it's not really real tough.